Hi, I'm back again. It's just me today. And I thought it was only right to use this third video to discuss the #1 question I have received from almost everybody about Pepp Talk and myself, which is, Dior, how did you decide to leave your job? And the first thing I always start with is, it was not an easy decision to make. Of course not, because I was leaving stability, I was leaving a dream come true, and I was leaving money, and I need money to survive. We all need money to survive. So yeah, it was a hard decision to make. So in this video, I'm basically going to take you through the steps of how I came to my decision. And you know what? It wasn't easy to decide, but once I did, it was absolutely fine, because I am a strong believer that decisions are 100% made in your head first. Which sounds obvious, I know, but picture it like this. People think, oh, was the action hard? Was it hard to hand in your resignation, or was it hard to do any of that stuff? The actions actually came really easy because the decision was firm in my head. And if you think about all the things in life that are hard to do, like when it's actually hard to move your body to do something, it's probably because the decision isn't 100% solid in your mind. Sometimes you're just acting on a 70% confirmation or a 60% confirmation, like, do you know what, I kind of feel like I should be doing this, so let me do it. And then the action is a bit drawn out and it's hard. But when the decision is so firm in your mind, nothing, literally nothing can make you feel uncomfortable with the action that actually carries out the decision. Stay with me, I hope I'm making sense. But my point is that my mind was really firm. I took time to really think out the decision. I spoke about it with people, my family. I remember calling my stepmom and I discussed it with her. And I really had to think, Dior, what do you want in life? What do you really, yeah, you worked at your dream company, but guess what? Dream done. Literally, I don't know which way you're gonna see this, but ticked. Like, dream achieved, ticked. What next? You can't just stay static in one dream and feel like, oh, I'm just gonna bask in this glory forever and yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's not, it wasn't. I was feeling itchy. I had itchy feet, in the sense that, guess what, D, we need to move on now. Mind, body, spirit, soul, we're ready, let's go. So, so it was time and I left. So 2015, I made a New Year's resolution to network more, and the easiest way to network is to just get out of your house and go to fashion events, find them and attend. So that's what I did. That means I went to about 12 events in 2015, which isn't great in comparison to what I do now. I go to loads now, but then it was like, wow, I'm doing stuff. I'm actually getting myself out of the house, like, or I'm not going straight home from work. I'm spending an extra 2 or 3 hours in town, which is fine. I'm already out. I worked in central London, so might as well stay, hang around, meet people, you know, start connecting. I remember I went to Vogue's fashion night out with 2 or 3 of my friends, Lisa, Brini, a couple others, and I met Roxanne and she's one of my favorite designers. I fell in love with her designs when I used to work in Harvey Nicks. And I met her, I went up to her, we spoke. It was such an amazing experience, because I didn't think that meeting someone who I really respected and admired in the industry, I would feel so confident to just go up to her and do it. But because I had kind of braced myself and I said, hey, listen, this is your resolution, you better make it work. People, you're not going to start 2016 with this same old resolution. No, you're going to make it work. So I went up to her and we spoke. It was great, and guess what? My picture was in Vogue. No, it wasn't in Vogue. It was on the Vogue Twitter. And people at work saw it, so that was great. I was like, Dior, do you realize you're on the Vogue Twitter right now? I was like, huh? But anyway, moving along. So that was one of my New Year's resolutions. So I had to be very deliberate about networking, so that when the time came to actually leave and do my own thing, I had some type of database. And it's super easy. People are like, oh, I need to check my database. And they make it sound like this complicated document of formulas, and no, it's not that deep. It's literally a column with name, first name, surname, email address. I put phone number, social media, and where I met them and what they could be relevant for. Simple. So every time I go out, take people's email addresses, jot it down on my phone, then when I get in, whack it on my database, send them an email the next morning saying, hey, it was lovely to meet you, this is what I'm up to, this is what I do, let's stay in touch. Simple. So So I did that over the course of a year. Over time, obviously, names start building up, momentum starts picking up, and I start meeting for random coffees with people and just catching up, seeing what they're doing. And then you start building up contacts within the industry. That's a really super simple way to get ready for what's to come next. And I started doing that before I even knew it was time to leave. You guys probably have a lot of contacts in the industry that you haven't even thought, oh, actually, I could put them all together in one place and see what can be done with this over time. So if you haven't already started, get a database together, because contacts are everything. Not the ones you put in your eyes, the ones that help you see the world. Oh, that's good actually, it's a good saying. I love these little quirky sayings. You're gonna find that out about me over time. But the final thing I actually did before I left, like literally, I think the day I left, was email a contact within the company who I felt had inspired me so much. And she probably had no idea how much I looked up to her as a role model within the industry. She was one of the key people who helped me open my eyes and realize that, listen, this fashion game is not a joke, and in order to get to the top, you have to be someone. As in, you have to make yourself someone. You have to make yourself strong with knowledge and integrity and intelligence. She taught me that, and I don't know how she taught me that because we had very few conversations, but I watched her so closely. I just love the way she carried herself and who she was. That's incredible to me. It's inspirational to me, and I would love to keep in contact because I'm leaving, so I won't get to see you every now and then. But is there a way we can keep that relationship going? Well, there wasn't really a relationship. I wanted one. But yeah, that's what I did, and she was so lovely, emailed back, and we've been in contact since then. So that was my way of, you know, keeping close to the people that inspire me, and that's so important. Like, write your goals down with the inspirational people you want to meet, because it will happen. I had another person who I really look up to. He's not in fashion, but he's in media, and I wrote down that I just want to meet him and pitch my idea to him, and guess what, guys? It's happening. So write down your goals, make them real, and don't just write them down, email the people. That's another way of writing it down. But yeah, email the people, contact them. I left, traveled for a month, didn't really think about the fact that I was unemployed, came back to England, and it hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Literally, I sat in my front room and I thought, a job. I have money saved up, because that's one thing I do. I save some money, but as life happened, my plan didn't go according to plan. So the money that I had saved to live on had to go towards something else, because there was miscommunication between someone that was doing some work for me. So I had to stop that and then hire someone else to do a job, and it cost me a pretty penny. So the money that I saved to live on, gone. And I thought, wow, okay, the what ifs started creeping in. Like, what if this doesn't work? What if Pepp Your Talk flops? What if you've made the wrong decision? What if your destiny was in your old job? What if this? What if that? And I just, you know what, I had to silence those stupid questions. I had to silence them, because what if this does work? What if I become very successful through this? What if it doesn't work? The worst that can happen is I go and find a job again. It's not that big of a deal, because that's what everyone else is doing anyway. You know, there's still honor and there's still a lot of respect and integrity in trying something, not succeeding in it, and then going and getting a job and working your best at that. That's not worst case scenario. That's actually still pretty good. Do you know what? I will be honest and say that I was not 100% ready to start Pepp Your Talk. I wasn't. I don't know everything about business. I hardly know anything about business. But one thing I do know is that 100% ready never comes. There's no such thing as feeling 100% ready about something you have no experience in, about something that is completely uncertain, about something that you've got a lot of doubt from, you know, the people around you about. There's going to be no 100% ready in that. Never. So I had to just start, and I had to start when I felt strong and confident. I wasn't ready, but I was confident. confident. Although in the beginning of this video I did say your mind has to be 100% ready and then your action can follow. But then on the other side of that, when you are going into something you are completely unsure about, have completely no experience in, are more likely to flop than you are to succeed, 100% ready doesn't come in that. That has to be a lot of gut and courage, and that's why I went with that. And the final thing I want to end on is what keeps me going. One of my friends last week said to me, would you ever go back into retail? And if you remember from my first video, didn't I say that I hated my retail job at the end because I felt like I need to go into the industry? And people may think, oh, that's really stuck up. What's wrong with retail? There is nothing wrong with retail. I did it since I was 16 until I was 21. There is nothing wrong with it. But one of my personal boundaries is that I'm not going to go back on myself in that way. I've served my time in shops. It's fine, I've done it. But it's, yeah, like I said, it's out of my personal boundaries and I don't feel like I should go back in that way. Anything I do going forward has to serve me as a person. It has to serve Pepper Your Talk. So there has to be a way that it can link to what I'm doing with Pepper. And like I said, Pepper Your Talk is my baby. I'm not gonna bring anything into my life that could potentially harm my child. So if I do a job, if I decide to go and get a job to support myself whilst I build my company, it will be a job that can serve Pepper, that works well for Pepper, that is flexible enough to consider Pepper. Pepper is my priority. So retail, I don't think it would do anything for me in that sense, which is why I feel like it's going back on myself. The way I keep myself going is just paying attention to the signs. I feel like I get signs all the time. My friend was reading a book that was written in 1936, or no, 1836 I think, and it said something, 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 Pepper Your Talk, and he screenshot it and he sent it to me. And for me, I saw it early in the morning and I just said, that's another reminder, Dior, keep going. I remember one time I was walking to the train station and there was just a bunch of peppers on the floor. It was so random. Some were squashed up and some were whole, and they were bell peppers and scotch bonnets, and they were just literally just laying there like as if someone had dropped it and said, I can't be bothered. And I happened to walk along that path today and I was like, oh, you don't know what you've just done for me. But yeah, pay attention to the signs that keep you going, the little signs that are reminding you that you are on the right path. And pay attention to yourself. Like when I read fashion articles, this is gonna sound so corny, but I actually get butterflies. I remember there was one article I read on Business of Fashion about a week ago, and I sent it to all of my friends. I was like, guys, you have to read this. It is so incredible. Look at what this company's doing in fashion. They are da 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 da. And literally, like, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was just so pumped up. You would have thought that article had 10 Red Bulls in it, the way it gave me energy. So that's something that gets me super excited. I love finding new blogs and reading about the different things that are happening in the industry, and I hope to be a part of those conversations one day, and just planning towards stuff. I have so many papers on my bedroom wall, little scribbles, like when something comes into my mind, I'll run into my room, write it on the wall, and then when I see those things slowly happening, it just keeps me going. So that's just a bit about how I left my job, how I planned for it, the what ifs, and what is keeping me going now. The journey has just begun. It's very early days. I know it's gonna be tough, but it's also going to be very good too, because I believe in what I'm doing, and the amount of questions and messages, emails that you guys are sending through to me proves that Pepper is so needed. I can't wait to help people with their fashion journey. It's not even about me helping people, it's about Pepper helping people. It's never about Dior, it's about the company, Pepper Your Talk. And because the way I see it is one day I'll have a team, and it won't just be me doing one-on-ones or me answering random emails from people. It will be my team who have come together to really break down these fashion barriers and bring people in. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it yet again. Like I said on the first one, I don't know about this like, comment, actually I know how to say it properly now. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the great things that people do on YouTube. Share it with your friends, email it out, put it on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. Let's spread the Peppy or Talk word. Thank you for watching yet again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.